Hi, this is Cindy, and we're here for week 11 of our weekly Bible reading. And this week we're going to read Deuteronomy and Psalms. And day 7 again is your catch-up day for any readings you've missed. This week our devotion is bearing burdens. Transitions can be a means of evolving into something better, but if you must be sure that you're intentional in how you do it, because the enemy always seems to turn up the heat when you're going through transition. It's when you find out how strong you are, how strong your prayer life is. In Deuteronomy 1, we found Moses addressing the children of Israel, reminding them of their journey. He goes over all the twists and turns of their trek through the wilderness to help them understand where they've come from and where they're going. I submit at this point, Moses isn't just trying to help them understand, he's trying to make sense of his own process of transition too. He starts off by reminding them of when the Lord told them they'd be stuck for too long at Mount Horeb, and it was time to move on. God told them which path they'd have to travel and that they'd occupy the same land their ancestors were promised. Then Moses has an honest moment. He remembers how the children of Israel have grown into a much larger multitude than when they started out, and admits he can't handle their many issues on his own. How can I bear your problem and your burdens and your disputes all by myself? Therefore, he follows the Lord's directive and appoints wise, understanding, and respected men from within the community to help carry the load of the people. Moses sees this need more than ever while in transition, because when people are shifting from one place to the next, it can be challenging, confusing, and chaotic. When you're a leader or others rely on you, sometimes your community challenges because you're challenged, and their confusion becomes your confusion. You're handling their problem, you're finding solutions for them, but are you also relieving them of responsibility or accountability? In a season of transition from better to best, you've got to let everybody work on their own salvation. Yes, we are called to strengthen our brothers and sisters, and we've been directed to help them bear their burdens when they are weak. But we're not designed to carry all the load ourselves. Not even Moses was. Galatians 6:5 says that each one shall bear his own load. You may be accustomed to bailing everyone out, and of course you want to help as much as you can, but we shouldn't enable people or prevent them from growing. Instead, encourage, empower, and celebrate them, but hold them accountable to carry their own load in the midst of their transition. Points to ponder. Would you consider yourself an enabler or one who empowers, and why? As people and leaders, we have a tendency to run to the rescue. Can you think of a time when you intervened when you should have allowed someone to figure something out for themselves? What was the result? And 3, can you see yourself transitioning from one level to the next right now? How has your process been? And our actions for the week. 1, write a list of people you're supposed to help and how you think you're supposed to help them. Make note of exactly how much you'll help and where you'll draw the line. 2, if you believe you're going through a transition, big or small, list the steps you can take to be successful. Make a timeline to help you meet your goals. Thank you, and see you next week.